Good evening, and welcome to our Park and Rec Commission meeting for July 24th. My name is Jim O'Connor. I'm the chair. We'll go around and introduce ourselves. Matt?
Matt Shaw.
Dan Spatka.
Bill Nicoletti.
Allison Korea.
Chuck Stackpole.
Deb Satonic.
Jack Pritchard.
Dan Lynch.
So, and obviously today, Steve Besputa and Debbie Davis are not present. There is nobody here in the public, as Chuck just found out. It was very quiet here today, which is a good thing. So we'll go to approval of minutes for our June meeting. Do I have a motion? Jack, second. Maddie? Good. Okay, any additions, deletions, suggestions? It's pretty straightforward meeting. All good. All in favor? Unanimous. Let's move on to old business. Questions from previous meeting. Well, Dan, we gave you a good excuse, so there probably wasn't any, was there? Nope. There you go. So we will, I hope your son enjoyed the evening.
Everything was good.
Great. Great, yeah, congratulations. New business. A, grounds and facilities. Steve is absent, so I am sure Dan's going to talk about that in his report.
Yep.
B, personnel. We don't have anything in personnel, do we?
No,
You'll do
after
it?
this week, we have 2 weeks left of summer camp.
Woo-hoo. Good job, staff. And
Believe it or not.
yeah, it goes so quickly. You are right. Budget. Let's take a quick look.
That's
Since
your beginning budget for the fiscal year, so.
So 0, 0, 0.
Oh, yeah. And like I told you a couple months ago, we got everything we wanted. The little increases I asked for, we got, so
Good.
thanks to the finance committee, finance director, and the town for all their help as usual.
Thank
So I'd
you.
like to thank them for that.
Yeah, thank you. Well, they've been fantastic. They also approved, which we have a signed contract from B&L. So we're now in the working stages of Fred Wolf. So we'll see they're doing their initial stages, but the contract is signed, sealed, and delivered. So now it's on them, and then we'll start hearing some things about us, other groups, other suggestions and opportunities for input and feedback. Director's report. D, you're up. Chuck, I think I'm on records. I stole all Dan's stuff. I left it in the office today.
Okay. Before you got here, Jim, I was just explaining, a couple meetings ago, after our meeting, I was, me, Steve, and Paul Davis was here with Debbie, so we were talking afterwards, and he started giving that history of the pool, the town pool. So it's coming on next year, I believe it's its 50th anniversary. So he was going on, we talked to him for like a half an hour, and he gave like this history of the pool. He knows everything about the pool. It's him and Mickey Reed, who's not passed away. And thank you to her. I never even said anything a couple months ago for all her service to the town pool and to the Park and Recreation Department.
Yeah.
She unfortunately passed away a number of months ago, and I went to the service, but I'd like to thank her and her family for all her service at the pool and our department for all those years. So, Mickey Reed, God bless, rest in peace. Very nice woman. I met her when I first started working here in the year 2000. Phenomenal person, phenomenal family, and she will be missed. So she was the other person besides Paul that could give a great history lesson, along with Sue, our aquatic supervisor. So Steve suggested to Paul to get a hold of Judy Wright Williams, and she already interviewed him. So they're going to be putting together this whole video that they're going to put out and show to the town when it's all complete.
For the 50th.
They're also going to talk to Jimmy, Zioli, and Sue from the pool and go from there. So they're going to tie a lot of things in. So it's going to be really cool when it's done.
Good.
But I just wanted to let you guys know.
That's
that.
awesome.
All right. Like I said, after this week, the camp has 2 weeks left. Our camps have been pretty much full all summer. Traveling Teens has been full almost every week except for one, the 4th of July week. After this week, they have 2 weeks left as well. And our grounds crew is busy. We just finished up with a bunch of district tournaments down at Old Tavern. Also, that district softball tournament that's always at Stanky Field and surrounding fields just concluded yesterday. That they call it Senior Division. It's that 14U. Milford actually was in it yesterday against a team from Massachusetts, I believe, and they lost. So that tournament's over as well. Fred Wolf Park is in a little bit of a lull with soccer. There's a little bit of adult lacrosse going on down there. But other than that, those fields will be resting for a while. And Old Tavern in another couple weeks will be resting up for the needed month that they get. And we're just so big that our community center is so busy. The fairgrounds, there's tons of events going on, stuff at the pavilions every weekend. So our guys are busy with all that. And that's about it in terms of parks. I have the aquatic report here and the programs report. I can read through that quick if you'd like. Sue's report, summer pool hours, camp and summer swim lessons are still moving along nicely. Some of the lessons end this week. Thursday night's class and the Sunday morning classes. The other lessons will continue into August. The pool will be closed on Thursday and Friday evening, August 1st and 2nd at 4:30, and closed all day Saturday and Sunday, August 3rd and 4th for the Orange Volunteer Firemen's Carnival. That will be the same for our fitness room. On those Thursdays and Fridays, they'll be closing early. Instead of 6 o'clock, they'll be closing at 4:30 when the office closes. The first half of camp has gone great in the pool. We have had 8 lifers, long-term life jacket wearers, finally pass their swim test. Over half of the youngest group has graduated out of life jackets, which is phenomenal. That never happens for camp. So another great thing about camp is these younger children that are in the younger groups get lessons, swim lessons, which is a great part of our curriculum for camp, and people love that. That was not the case in 2022 and 2023, coming off the lack of lessons during COVID. We are also still monitoring the occupancy on a daily basis. When we had that real hot, muggy weather weeks ago, we just had an overflux of people, so we just had to shut it down to residents.
Gotcha.
We couldn't let non-residents in at that time. As of now, it's kind of dwindled down, but she still continues to monitor it, and that hot weather has just continued to have the demand very high for the pool. Our men's softball, on the programs end, the men's softball league is going well. We're heading into August, and that's mid to end August means the end of the regular season for the Monday and Wednesday night leagues. They're actually playing out here tonight. They just finished. Like I said, summer day camp and traveling teens will end on August 9th, believe it or not. And I have a copy of the numbers of the camp here for day camp for the sessions and traveling teens. And last week, Friday, July 12th, was the halfway point of our summer camp. So when I put this together, it was then, and then after this Friday, we got 2 weeks left. So
There you go.
if anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer them, but that's the report.
There's no numbers here for the rest of the sessions for day camp?
That's it, we only have 4 sessions.
Oh, okay.
They're 2 weeks. The traveling teens is only 1 week only.
Okay.
And those numbers are good, very good for our,
Awesome.
comparing it to other years. Very steady.
Any other questions?
Jim, at the Fred Wolf Park, is it my understanding they were selling bricks? I understand that they installed them. Does anybody know about that? Remember, I think it had to do with the playscape and everything, playground. Is that
For
what
the
they were selling?
fundraising, yeah, they've
Yeah.
been installed.
Yeah.
Oh, those
Yeah.
are in? Okay, somebody was
Or they're-
asking about
yeah.
them.
Yeah, that would be under the playground committee. So that's how this developed. The playground committee, so what we had is we had a steep grant of about $300,000 that we were trying to do some additions and supports, and Jim then, about 3 years ago, it was gonna lapse because it really wasn't enough money to make a substantial difference in something.
Sure.
So he got a playground committee together that was separate than this group. They did a lot of looking. They were looking at different locations. Fred Wolf was not the only location, but the playground decided on Fred Wolf, and then that's how it started to develop. It was really intensive. It was a group of about 10 people,
Yeah,
right?
they have the actual just playground committee.
Yeah.
Were you interested in getting a brick?
No, I think that my wife did, but they were talking about
Yeah,
that may
'cause
have been installed. I said,
Lynn
I really
Plaskowitz,
don't
our
know.
secretary, is
There
in
you go.
charge of that. So
Okay.
if you have questions on that, you can ask her, but
Sure.
I'm pretty sure those were
Yeah.
installed.
Oh, okay.
So you could call the office, I'm sure. But I know, it's still a work in motion down there, everything, because of, we're continually adding. Jim is always adding and supporting, I know we did Donnie Foyer and the guys did some entrance, cleanup and fill. They're still working on it weekly, so.
Sure.
It'll be a move in progress, especially over the next 2 years. So I think it'll be definitely a more sustainable park overall once we get done. Any other questions? Nothing here. Like I said, we'll, as things come aboard for that, we'll keep you guys abreast. We'll try to report out first to you, let you know how things are going, Jack and I. And we have not met since then, but I think once we get their initial report, we'll probably at the end of the summer. Things are a little bit slower right now.
Sure, of course.
What else? I want to thank everybody, Public Works and our departments. I attended the fireworks, and it was one of the best years. At least the fireworks presentation was fantastic. There was threat of rain, but it didn't come until after it left. But it looked wonderful. There were a lot of people, a lot of young kids around, so it was very enjoyable. It was a great night. So I want to thank everybody that's involved. Okay. Motion to adjourn? Maddie? Second? Jack? All in favor? Aye. A record. Here we go. Have a good summer, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.